Ever dreamed of stepping onto the championship stage, of clutching greatness with both hands? You've seen others triumph, and now it's your turn. But where do you start? How can you track your progress and maximize your chances of winning? In this video, I've simplified the comprehensive information on winning Pokemon battles from the VGC guide, authored by Wolfe Glick, Traylor, and Aaron Zheng. Because as the saying goes, in order to be the best, you need to learn from the best. Oh my gosh. Did you see that? I was frozen. What? Now I've structured this battle guide into 3 main sections: before the battle, during the battle, and after the battle. And if you're serious about excelling in VGC, you won't want to miss what the authors have to say about each of these. Of course, I'll be sharing a few pro tips along the way and breaking down the 3 key strategies that the pros use to elevate their gameplay to championship levels. And as an added bonus, at the end of the video, I'll share a tool that I created based on the information found in the guide to help improve your overall gameplay. So let's dive in. Did you know that most battles in Pokemon are decided right here in Team Preview? It's true. A battle can often be won before the first Pokemon makes its move. So how do you take full advantage of Team Preview to maximize your chances of victory? Before tackling that question, it's worth mentioning that, much like in the last video, the authors of the guide assume a couple of things. First, that you understand the current meta that you're playing in. And second, that the team you're taking into battle is well constructed. If you're not familiar with the meta, the guide suggests you start by memorizing the top 2 or 3 sets of the 20 most common Pokemon. Being the best does require a little bit of homework. As for your team, once you're done here, you can relax and watch this video for more insight. Lucky you, I have many YouTube videos to help you procrastinate with. So why is the team preview phase so critical? During team preview, players make 2 key decisions. 1, which Pokemon they're bringing into battle, and 2, who will lead the charge. Pro tip: start by ruling out the Pokemon that you won't need in the battle. This forces you to think critically about what resources you absolutely need in order to win, and focuses your attention on the pieces that will impact the battle the most. Selecting the right Pokemon for battle can seem overwhelming at first. Ideally, the 4 Pokemon you bring should be capable of damaging all of your opponent's Pokemon, share few common weaknesses with each other, and include the pieces you need to establish a board state where victory is most likely, often referred to as your win condition. Now, speaking of win conditions, this brings us to our first key strategy that the pros use to win out over the rest. During the team preview, build your game plan. A game plan in this context is a rough idea of the steps you need to take to achieve a win condition. This goes beyond your team's general strategy like setting up Trick Room. It's about carefully listing the conditions that need to be met in order for you to win the battle. Do you remember Doc and his Slowbro from the last video? Following the team building guidelines, Doc has assembled a powerful group of Pokemon. And a Slowbro is now facing a team that consists of Archelodon, Goldango, Pelipper, and Basculegion. In this matchup, Doc realizes that King Gambit can sweep through 3 of these Pokemon under Trick Room, but his Trick Room setter and King Gambit are vulnerable to Archelodon's electric and fighting type attacks. Doc's win condition hinges on King Gambit entering the battle after Archelodon has fainted. To achieve this game state, Doc makes a rough plan to lead with Slowbro and Rillaboom, which offers strong offensive coverage against many potential opposing leads. This strategy also helped preserve King Gambit from taking too much damage from Archelodon in the early game. Doc's plan includes baiting out the physically bulky Archelodon by attacking with Rillaboom while gaining speed control with Trick Room. From there, he plans to use Ursaluna Blood Moon to deal with Archelodon, setting the stage for King Gambit to safely switch in and potentially sweep. Of course, this is just a rough game plan, and we can't expect our opponent to simply follow our script. Pokemon battles are dynamic and filled with unpredictable elements that can shift the game at any moment. However, having a rough game plan before the first Pokemon enters the fray provides a crucial anchor, helping to stabilize your strategy and keep you focused as the battle develops. So this seems like the perfect moment to mention that I originally planned on just making one of these simplified videos for each of the topics of the guide. Battling, team building, and participating in official tournaments. But given the depth of information here, I am considering making a 4th video to address some of your questions and delve deeper into some of the topics in the guide. So if you have questions that you think Wolfe and the Aarons might have addressed in the guide, drop them in the comment section below. And all I ask is that you like this video to show me that you're interested. I'll take your likes to mean that you want a super special fourth video. Attacking, defending, healing, and switching. During the battle, your choices can seem endless, but the guide and its authors encourage you to think about all of your options as one of two fundamental strategies: proactive plays and reactive plays. And this is actually our second key strategy. Identify if your action is a proactive or reactive one. The authors dedicate a lot of time to unpacking these concepts, but at its core, you can think of a proactive play as one that moves you toward your win condition. Conversely, a reactive play defends your current position or protects whatever advantage you've built so far. From this, two things are clear. Firstly, the authors assume your decisions won't ever worsen your position in a game. And secondly, they've clearly never seen me battle. Making losing plays is somewhat of my specialty. Like with team building, the authors encourage you to think through the purpose behind each of your turns. After all, you can't control the luck elements in the game or the plays your opponent makes. You can only control which moves you click. Revisiting our Slowbro team, we see that we're close to the win condition that we were aiming for. Slowbro has set up Trick Room, and Ursaluna Blood Moon is on the field, having just defeated the opposing Archelodon. With Generation 9 mechanics in play, Slowbro doesn't have Scald, but instead Muddy Water, a move that can target both opposing Pokemon with 80% accuracy. In this position, what would you do? Slowbro is poised for a knockout on Basculegion. Should you take it? Perhaps protect Slowbro and switch out Ursaluna Blood Moon. Or attack with both Slowbro and Ursaluna. Is there a definitive right move, and how do you find it? Here are some factors to consider. Before clicking an inaccurate move, the authors suggest evaluating 3 key questions to determine if the risk is worth the reward. 1. Does landing this move provide a significant advantage? 2. Does this move do something that another move cannot accomplish? 3. Am I safe from being put in a disadvantageous position if this move misses? If the answer to any of these questions is no, then it might not be time to rely on luck. However, there is also the strategy of attacking with both Pokemon. Keep in mind that any attack inherently progresses the battle towards someone's win condition. It might just not be yours. In the case of our Slowbro team, attacking with both Pokemon now risk a valuable Trick Room turn if the opponent simply protects, or worse, uses Wide Guard to shield both Pokemon while countering with Basculegion. Remember, attacking is always a proactive move. It cannot ever preserve the current game state, so just make sure that if you're attacking, it's proactive for you. Finally, there's the option to protect and switch. At first glance, protecting a Pokemon and switching another might seem like purely reactive plays. You're not attacking with a Pokemon that's protecting or switching. However, the authors point out these moves can be proactive in the right circumstances if they move you towards your win condition without sacrificing crucial resources. For instance, if our opponent did use Protect, they're preserving their Pokemon and stalling our Trick Room. A reactive tactic. But on our side, protecting Slowbro preserves our ability to click Trick Room again, while giving us access to Helping Hand, a move that boosts our partner Pokemon's damage output. Here, protecting Slowbro is a proactive play because it aligns directly with our win condition of sweeping with Kingambit under Trick Room. Switching a Pokemon can also be reactive or proactive. For example, if our opponent anticipates that Basculegion is crucial for overcoming Slowbro, they might switch it out and conserve its strength at the expense of Goldango's health. However, in Doc's case, switching out Blood Moon or Ursaluna is proactive. Since Pelipper and Basculegion currently pose no knockout threat to a healthy Kingambit, introducing it into the battle immediately ensures it can maximize its time attacking under Trick Room. This again is a proactive play because it advances us closer to the win condition we envisioned. Pro tip: get comfortable with damage calculations. Sure, math might not seem like the most thrilling part of Pokemon battles, but winning certainly is. Whenever you anticipate an attack from your opponent, try to estimate the damage your Pokemon will take before the turn starts. This is a strategy employed by all top players. After all, you can't protect your Pokemon effectively without understanding the potential damage they might face. Oh my god, not again! What is this? What? Of course, there's more to explore when it comes to during the battle. For example, the author's detailed section on predictions. If that interests you, let me know and I can cover it in the upcoming super special 4th video, provided this one is well liked. finally, we've reached the after the battle section. If someone were to ask me, what is one thing I could do to win more in VGC? I'd point them right here to this section. The final key strategy is review your game. The authors are adamant that this is the best way to improve, yet 99% of players don't do this, even though it's easier now than ever. Just save your games on Showdown, point your phone at the Switch screen. However you do it, you need to save and review your losses and wins. For example, let's say that we were reviewing the footage of our hypothetical match and we found that on turn 1 of that game, we were successful in setting up Trick Room, but had our opponent realized what we were about to do, they could have one-shotted Slowbro with Electroshot from Archelodon. Reviewing this footage showed us that in future Archelodon matches, we need to better protect our win condition. Maybe by encouraging Archelodon to attack Slowbro's partner Pokemon, or maybe by using a better Trick Room setter. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Seriously though, you need to review your games. As you review, there are specific questions you need to consider, and I'll actually put them on the screen now for you to take a screenshot of and use later. I made this tool using the guide, so I know it'll help. Keep it handy. Reviewing the relevant parts should only take you like 5 minutes or so after each battle. Remember, bad luck should always be the last conclusion you jump to. The authors emphasize that if a game came down to bad luck, there's likely something you could have done to prevent that scenario in the first place. Whether it's adjusting your Pokemon's speed stats, using different moves, or improving your matchup. Be careful of blaming bad luck for a loss. And with that, we wrap up the video, future champion. Remember, no trainer ever clinched the trophy without striving to be the very best. Champions are made through dedication and hard work. So go out there and give it your all in every battle and become the trainer I know you can be. Thanks for watching.
Pika pika.
Hey, I see you finally put a shirt on.